right, Oval fans, go ahead and like the video. Please, let's try to get to 50 likes here. Go ahead and hit subscribe as well so we can close in on 200,000 subscribers. Follow me on social media. Links are in that description box below. And hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content to the channel. So, last episode, we had Nancy, who just got kicked out of the house again by Richard, go over to Priscilla's because she had no place to go. And well, she came at the right time because we know that Priscilla was going through a bit of a breakdown. And unfortunately, she wasn't willing to tell Nancy what had been going down. But, you know, Nancy rightfully called her out. Not in a mean way, but in a very concerned way, because I can relate to Priscilla in the moment where you're concerned and willing to help out others, but when you need help, you don't want to talk about it. And it's not because Priscilla's intuitive or nosy. It's that she is genuinely concerned about her friends and she wants to help out where she can. But whenever she's going through something, she really doesn't have anyone to lean to. But that's kind of her own fault because she doesn't open up in regards to what's troubling her. Not a bad character trait, but it is something that I feel is very relatable, and it really makes Priscilla more grounded. Because on one hand, you just feel like, man, you know, she was the one that pushed Sam into Victoria's. You know what? I'll skip that part. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, Nancy is talking about the whole situation in regards to Richard taking everything out of the bank, and because of that, you know, Picky can't be buried. And when she is, you know, informing Priscilla of how much it would cost, she says $8,000. So Priscilla, in the fit of, you know, her waiting to exhale moment, you know what? Here's $8,000. Well, you know what? I know Richard, he's going through it right now, but once his head's back on straight, you know, I'll work, you know, I'll ask him to pay y'all back. But basically, Priscilla is like, oh, no, this is coming out of Sam's account, directly from his account. And $20,000, this is your son. No, $25,000. Wait, Priscilla, are you sure you're doing this without asking Sam? And, like, this is your son. Don't worry about it. Look, don't go to the bank and deposit it. Go ahead and cash it. Go to the funeral home. Put the money in there you need to, and whatever's left, you know, you go to a hotel, go to a spa, treat yourself. Basically, it's like, I am woman, hear me roar moment. Now, two things to come from this. Number one, what the hell is Sam going to do when he finds out about this? I mean, there are just so many questions to be asked. There's also, like, you know, if Priscilla had told Nancy what had been going on, why she's acting the way she is, you know, basically taking Sam's stuff and either ripping it or tossing it on the floor, whatever the case may be, do you think Nancy would have taken the check, which she knew was directly from Sam's account, because Priscilla was writing it out of spite? Part of me thinks she may have, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but, you know, her face when she told Priscilla $8,000 is kind of like, you know, maybe it's really 5, but she said 8 to throw 3,000. I don't know. But it's just one of those things where Nancy was asking the right questions. Are you sure about this? Not asking Sam this and that. It's one of those things where I don't think it was the right move to take that check when you clearly see that Priscilla, I don't want to say is crazy, but she's definitely not acting like herself. Almost like, you know, you're taking advantage of her, you know, giving spirit, but at the same time, this isn't her giving it. I mean, Priscilla is giving Nancy the money, but it's not her money. It's directly from Sam's account. But you could argue, well, Jeremy, when you're married, what's yours is mine and mine is ours. But she specifically said Sam's account. So, you know, well, I mean, I'm not saying names, but I know people who don't have joint accounts with their spouses. I mean, seems kind of normal to me. Just saying. But in any case, there's also the second big question about this, aside from what Sam will do when he finds out about it. Could this almost be like a foreshadowing kind of thing? if Sam really is Picky's father, the irony of, well, Sam, if he really was Picky's father, aka the man that Nancy had an affair with while Richard was serving during the war, then perhaps it is, again, karma, irony, whatever the situation or the tagline or word you want to put to it. Maybe it does make sense that even though Sam wasn't there in Picky's life, Sam was paying after Picky's death for the funeral. Well, I did a video just before this one kind of analyzing potential suspects: Richard's brother, Sam, Detective Jake Shields, who's the father of Picky. But I just feel like I feel like for me personally, I feel more of a kind of way about Nancy taking the check than what Sam's going to do when he finds out about it, due to the fact that if you go back to the episode, he was kind of quote unquote stalling or hesitant about becoming the new point man, the lead on Victoria's security detail, given the fact that Yuma's dead, Max clinging on to life. So the question is, I'll have to talk to my wife because, based on the fact that Priscilla was rightfully tripping based off of what happened between Sam and Victoria, yeah, I don't think she would probably feel comfortable if Sam was the point man for Victoria, meaning that they will be in close proximity a lot more than she would like them to be. But I feel like in general, even if Priscilla wasn't pissed at Sam, I do feel like she would have given the money. But at the same time, maybe not $25K. I think, the 8,000 minimum, and then maybe threw in a few other thousand, for Nancy to go to a hotel or something like that. Because, based off of given the fact that she didn't tell Nancy what was going on. Yeah, I really do feel like, and I'm not saying that like Priscilla wanted Nancy out. I just feel like given that Priscilla didn't tell Nancy about why she was upset with Sam, it makes sense she would give some extra money for her to go to a hotel and whatnot. Because when Sam comes home, obviously Priscilla's going to be tripping. And if that's the case, Nancy's going to be there to know exactly what the drama is. So that's probably why she's like, oh, 20,000, 25. So now that I thought about it out loud, that does make sense. Doesn't make it right, but does make sense. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think Sam's going to react to this? And just based off the fact that Priscilla just, gleefully gave that money away, probably not looking for Nancy to pay her back, but even so, it would have been Richard paying them back, not Nancy, since she doesn't work. All the money has been earned via Richard's job as a butler. So yeah, him not paying the funeral, oh well, what they freaking do. So let me know your thoughts on this subject. What do you think Richard's going to say about it? It's like, how'd you get the money? Did you? Oh yeah, so Picky's father paid for it, huh? Or I don't know exactly, but Richard, he'll do something. But he probably with Frida. What's her name? Was it Frida? The woman that works at the the White House. But he's never really given her the time of day, despite her persistent flirting over the years. So yeah, let's talk about it in the comment section below. Do you think Barry's going to go to the funeral, assuming he gets out of jail? Oh, well, I'm sorry. He actually does get out of jail in the next episode based off the preview. So thanks so much for tuning in. And I'm not asking for $25,000, but at the same time, if at least one person or $1 per person who watches the video, Cash Apps, PayPal's me, I could buy a couch for the new house. That would be cool. Just saying. But that's just me assuming that this video gets a few thousand views. But thanks so much for tuning in. And yeah, PayPal, Cash App, whatever your preference is. And I'll talk to you later.